This is a bonus episode of the show showcasing the origins of this YouTube channel and my experience watching Tokusatsu. Without any further delay, let's begin. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was 2001 and I was around 3 years old. I had a real interesting habit of watching old VHS movies because of the box art. VHS tapes. Have you heard of them? One day I was digging through my father's VHS collection that he still has today when I came across a specific VHS tape with the box art of a creature's eye looking right at me. And that title reads Godzilla. Now of course, this was the 98 edition, so I think you all know how that went. And I'm so ashamed because I watched it over and over and over again. Not because I was enjoying the movie, mind you. If anything, it's completely garbage. But the creature by itself is fine. But it was the name. The name got me to watch it. Now, I think we can all relate that something that is dinosaur related, it catches your attention, right? Now, some personal information about me. I was born on October 17th in Greenville, North Carolina, and around that time, I was living in the ghetto. But believe it or not, we actually had internet. 1 year passes and I went on the internet and I found a very specific website called TokyoMonsters.com. Who remembers that? So I clicked on it and holy Christ, I found a crate of gold hidden at the bottom of the ocean. But on that website, it only had clips of each movie, including other movies that I'd never seen before. Then the calendar rolled into August. I was still watching cartoons like any other child would. Back then, networks like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon had some good quality content. Unlike the shit we have today that pale in comparison. Anyway, I was also watching random movies on the Sci-Fi channel. One day, I turned to the channel and it's playing a monster movie and the characters say the name Godzilla. Immediately, my eyes were glued to the screen. What I didn't realize is that I was watching my first official Japanese Godzilla movie, specifically Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack. Seriously, what is Japan's obsession with long titles? So yeah, I got into the series by accident. But because of that, my mind became even more curious. Skipping ahead to 2007, and TokyoMonsters.com was completely gone. I was pretty bummed out. But then I found a website that was still young back then, YouTube. Old YouTube. Back when you can actually post full movies and TV shows without the companies owning them circling around you like vultures. And that includes Godzilla movies. Also in the late 2000s, I stumbled upon Gamera, Guardian of the Universe, by accident. But by 2009, I stopped watching because of two things. One, I was being made fun of in school, and two, I was completely burned out. And I was in the process of getting into my next phase in my life, gaming. It wasn't until 2010 that my imagination started to come back to me, creating stories that more or less you'll never get to see the light of day, or hear. 3 years going into high school, rumors of a new Godzilla movie is over the horizon. I didn't believe it at first until a few YouTubers like GucciFan93, Zanzibar, and others saying that they cannot wait for the new movie. My curiosity increased, and the interest back into the realm of Tokusatsu increased also. The Godzilla YouTubers were, I guess, binge watching every movie that came beforehand, and I decided to do the same. And believe it or not, during that time, it was the first time that I watched the original Godzilla film from 1954. I know, crazy, right? And of course, Godzilla 2014 edition came out, and no surprise, I liked it. But back then, I was like the internet today, aggressively defending it like it was nothing. Glad I'm not like that today. When Shin Godzilla came out though, I made a decision that changed my life forever, as cliche that may sound. Believe it or not, this channel was created back in 2012. I made it so that I could leave a comment on random YouTube videos. It was during high school, however, that the idea of making my own videos on this channel became a reality. There were some really bad videos that you'll never get to see the light of day. Suddenly, Shin Godzilla came along, and everyone decided to upload the soundtrack in separate videos. So then I decided, you know what? I'm not going to upload it in pieces. I'm just going to upload the whole thing. And so it was. On October 11th, 2016, the full soundtrack of Shin Godzilla was uploaded on this channel. And it's such a shame that you won't be able to see it because of Toho. Thanks. It didn't do much at first, but over the next few days, it started to gain more attention. I uploaded the Halo soundtracks, didn't work. So I asked in the comment section of the Shin OST video if they want a full soundtrack video of the original Godzilla film. The people responded. 1 month later, the full soundtrack was uploaded. It didn't gain the amount of attention that Shin did, but it was at that point where uploading YouTube videos became a hobby. Later, I realized that I can make money from these videos. That went well, and then the apocalypse happened. Think of it as the stock market crash of 1929. Yeah, it's that bad. And then in early 2018, my channel got demonetized, and it's still demonetized to this day. So for me, YouTube went from a hobby to a job, now back to a hobby. Isn't life fantastic? Now, I left this channel twice because of the fear of this channel being taken down by Susan and her corporate puppets at YouTube headquarters. But then, in mid-2018, I came back saying, I'm going to go out when I say I'm done. And then, realization dawned on me. I can only upload full soundtracks as long as they are copyright free. And for the most part, they were. The last full OST that I've uploaded is Godzilla vs. Megaguirus. But if you would have known, my actual last full OST video was Godzilla 2 King of the Monsters. It was up for at least 2 months until Warner Brothers and their internet lawyers took it down. Thanks, by the way. But there was a plus to it. I was given free reign to do whatever I want as long as this channel doesn't get deleted by corporate. And with that, this show, the Brumakian podcast, where I can review anything but not everything that includes Tokusatsu, anime, and video games, was made, and right now, the YouTube novels. Speaking of which, let's get into that update, shall we? If you are wondering when Chapter 4 is coming, I'm actually in the process of recording it. These things don't grow on trees, you know. Oh, I almost forgot. You may have noticed some playlists that are private. Those are custom soundtracks for future YouTube novels, all connected to one another. I will now show you the titles on screen right now. As you can see, it is going to cover the entire decade, luckily on a yearly basis. Now, listen, if you think I'm just going to rush out any of these, then think again. Like I said, I am not a godforsaken factory or a McDonald's. What I am, however, is Kyoto Animation and Chick-fil-A. I will give you good, spicy, and quality content the way that you ask for it. And with that, I am finished with the podcast for now. Like I said in episode 48, I'm going to take a hiatus from the show to finally work on War of the Titans. Until then, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this little bonus episode, then leave a like. And if you want more juicy content in the future, then subscribe and get notified. This has been Demetrius signing off, and have a nice day.